Hello and welcome back to Custom Craziness. Today we've got our losers finals match. Whoever wins this match today will move on to grand finals to face off against the Astro Terminators for the title. Over in the left, we've got the 12 seed Dark Souls and Weirdos. This is a very slow deck that will snowball over the course of the game, growing stronger and stronger by getting cards out of this linked deck, which they can access using some of the Dark Souls cards that we don't have in hand, and this card that we do have in hand. It's convenient. Over in the right, on the 9 seed, we've got the Iconoclasts and the Vessels. These guys will score lots of small Colossus mini bases that will cascade into breaking lots of normal bases. They also have some snowball elements, so this is sure to be a very meteoric finish at the end of each game. To start off, we're using our low risk base deck, and the lower seed is going first. Let's jump in. This is a very good opening hand. Introverts are really good because they're gonna stay and play the whole game. Dark Souls do have cards that save equity in their own faction, but introvert kind of sidesteps the need for those. So I think we're gonna start by playing. I'm gonna do introvert on Flaming Airy. We're gonna put off-putting on him. Alright. Not bad stuff to see. These guys also have a very good opening hand. Yeah. Just to make sure. Okay. I'm gonna put the Knight on Dark Web. Search for remaining power 2 or less. It's just gonna be a sibling, I think. This is the lifeblood of the vessels. Both recruits are the lifeblood of their respective factions in this deck, but I think it's more important to see siblings than it is to see shadow servants. So we could play Guiding Light, but without knowing what's on top, I think we hold off on that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. Alright. What are these guys doing? I think they're just going to play Contrarian somewhere and then Phantom Allies. Let's do Contrarian on Dark Web, and then we'll do Phantom Allies on She-Grove. It doesn't matter where we put it as long as the base doesn't break. Okay. Back over to here. We might just be playing the sibling normally and not with its special. We could play Guiding Light, I suppose, just to see what we're dealing with. We do have Ogre to potentially break that Colossus, but I think I would rather. You know what? We can play Guiding Light. If it's one of the smaller ones, we can just bust it with Wayfair. Skarnex. That is definitely not one of the smaller ones, but actually I think this is actually still good to put Wayfair on because that's most of the power you need to win there. He's gonna be a 7 right now. And we can just add something small to win that next turn. And yeah, there's no minion we can move. Actually, no, we can move the Contrarian up. That might be good. That does insta-break Skarnex. Gets rid of 2 of their cards with the ability. Yeah, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Gives up some draw, but it gives up like 1 draw. I think this is good. Keeps our turn economy going. We get to play the sibling for free. Alright, Skarnex scores. And nothing this can do. Oh, would they have wanted to take Guiding Light? What are the candidates for Social Q to take? Guiding Light is definitely one of them. I don't know. I gotta think for a bit. So most of the vessel actions are minion modifiers. Hunter's Journal isn't exactly something you want to steal. It's okay. It's a draw 2 most of the time. Although, For this deck, it's more likely to just be a draw one. Although, when it is a draw one, it's not bad either. Get the minion power 4 or more. Let's see, what else do they have? Voidheart, no. Is that all of them? No. There should be Dream No More, nope. Okay, so none of the vessel actions are really worth stealing. So it's just Iconoclast actions. Broken Idol, maybe? That's this. Guiding Light is what we're comparing against. Let's see, that's a minion modifier, Ancient Sword. Cursed Fate is a minion modifier. Deal is a base modifier. You know, I think that is what they're gonna steal. I guess Grip Strength. Grip Strength could be good, but we might be waiting a while for that, and they'd be playing that when it's really impactful. Hmm. I think Guiding Light might be okay to steal like this. Yeah. Yeah, because now we can potentially waste one of their minions as well. Okay, I like this. Skarnek scores. Do this. Then Colossi reduce the breakpoint of every normal base by 1 for each Colossus in the discard pile. It's just how they work. This goes away, this goes away. We play the sibling on Eerie with its special. And this goes away. Breakpoints go down. Oh, no, not this one. You don't replace these. Sorry. And that's it. Okay, nice. Alright, we're going to uncover Phantom Allies. 2 future draw counters. Let's put these over here, I guess. 2 future reshuffle counters. I think we're not going to shuffle it into our deck. There's another copy of it. We can play that when we see it. Before that, it's just going to clog us up. Losing that Contrarian definitely hurts. We don't have any minions to play. It's not good. At least we've got Cursed. That'll defend against siblings getting easy points, which is good. What will we play? We don't have anything that Estus Flask can play. Yeah, no. We'll just do off on the introvert, maybe? I could see that being right. Because we do have 2 more Contrarians that we can use to flip it. And that would be nice for building stuff up. I think we need to play the slow game right now. I'll play off on the introvert. Which I know works against off-putting in the meantime, but it'll be okay. You can still move a sibling away, which is funny. And yeah, no minion. Okay, got a minion. That's good too. Okay. Now we are definitely playing King Soul on the sibling. We still don't want to score She-Grove. We don't want to do that until they get some VP. I think we can play Ogre on Dark Web, let's say. Yeah, let's play Ogre on Dark Web. And we could use the talent. I don't feel like putting 5 out of 12 on She-Grove, though. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, not bad. No, not at all. Okay. Alright. What are we doing? It's May. So can't quite kick both these guys off with Dark Web if we score it. Oh, these appreciate it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a break. Discard 2 cards as Skarnex. Crap, what do they have in their hand at the time? They had these, right? Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot about that. I think they'd get rid of Guiding Light since they had picked that up. Which I suppose is equivalent to just discarding Social Cue, now that I think about it, but, oh well. I think, yeah, they'd probably just do that anyway. And then probably Estus Flask, Overlord Vessel. Okay. This is off of Skarnax. I completely forgot about the winner's ability. Okay. Okay. Now let's use the draw counters, get some more options. Okay. Number 2. Okay. Hmm. I think we do this and we do this. Alright. Yeah, I think that's good. Ooh, Impatient, Old Soul, that's good. Those are both good. Alright. Can do King Soul. How much power? This guy has 0 power right now? Got Broken Vessel to destroy it, but I think we want to fatten it up a little bit first so we can get more power out of it. What are we playing this turn? Maybe we don't play a minion this turn? I'd be okay with that. Yeah, we're not. It's not breaking any bases. Hmm. Hmm. I don't have any means to play more Colossi right now. We could do Broken Idol, do Skarnex again, but I kind of think we want the lower breakpoints against Dark Weirdos. I'm going to push tempo a little bit, because I do think this deck is faster than them. I'll do the deal on Dark Web. Yeah, I don't think we play a minion yet. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. This isn't bad either. That might give us some Shadow Servants. Now what? I think we can do Pyromancy Flame. We could use Impatient to axe the 4 kings right now and grab Abyss Walking. That might actually be really good as just something to throw a wrench into their plans. It's good solo prevention, and this deck can get pretty impactful solos if left unchecked. This doesn't seem right. It should be at -1 +2. Oh, okay, it should be this should be at 1 power. Weird. Okay, yeah, I think I'm okay with that plan. And then we can play Bonfire? Sure. Play Bonfire on She Grove, perhaps. Or no, we can put it on Flaming Airy just in case. I mean, they don't know that they've got Broken Vessel, obviously, but giving it some protection when they know that that removal is a possibility might be nice. Yeah. Play 4 kings, play Impatient with its special. Chosen Undead will destroy the 4 kings, place it in the box, and grab one of its linked actions, which will be Abyss Walking. And then our normal action will be Bonfire on the area. Oh, nice. Good, good, good. That's very good. This is also very good. Start with King Soul. We don't really have any better actions to play than Hunter's Journal, except for maybe Broken Idol. Yeah, let's start with Hunter's Journal. Yes, Shadow Servant. That's 2. Okay, that's 6. So that's 4 more. Draw those. Now, this is where things might start getting crazy. We can play Shadow Servant on the Airy, and maybe we get a small Colossus worth 8 or fewer. And then, let's see, we could, after the base scores, we pull out Mossy Vessel, that'd be 6, 9, 10, 11, 16. Okay, no, doesn't quite break Airy. That would be really funny, though. Okay, so maybe we play it on Dark Web. Yeah. With the expectation that we'll be able to move these away, and we'll still have them in here to shuffle something in with the deal. Talus or Tritania? Ooh. Ooh. Interesting decision. If we do Tritania, I don't think stealing the introvert actually makes sense. Because they would still control the modifiers. They wouldn't be able to liquid humanity yet, though. And I think it's just a walking liability. So we would still choose an undead instead. I might just rather have the card draw. Hmm. Is it okay to put something on She Grove at this point? It might be. I'm not sure. If we put, let's say, Hornet out, that'd be 4 out of 11. They need 7 to break. Bonfire moves somebody over for 2. Contrarian is 9. Net. Yeah, no. That's not safe. Okay, so we can just put it on Dark Web, and that's fine. Okay. We're just gonna play Chalice, I think. Keep Dratani in our back pocket. Okay, then we'll use Ogra, move 2 of them up. Hmm. Although perhaps we could do the thing we were talking about anyway, just so that we can pull another Shadow Servant to actually break the base. That's true. I like that idea. Yeah, pull another Shadow Servant, and then we can actually break Fanging Area. Oh, which actually is an argument for taking Tritania. Because then, yeah, it's same breakpoint, so that doesn't change. Now we can break Flaming Area solo. Which still means we don't want to score Flaming Area, but it also means we're going to be up 6, so, you know, not the worst thing ever. Okay. Tritania scores. Nothing they can do, right? Yeah, no. Okay. They'll take control of the introvert. Which should be, again, 1 power, I think. Yeah. Then, after the base scores, we do Shadow Servant. Let's just do the math again. Playing Mossy Vessel is 7, moves down the knight for 12, returns the sibling for 14, out of 17. Where was I getting more power? Did I forget about King Soul? No, no, I didn't. Oh, do I have to pull 2 Shadow Servants? Well, that'd still be fine, I think. Let's make sure the power is correct. This is -3 plus 2. It's -1, so yep, that's definitely 1 power. Yeah, so the power here is correct. Yeah, we used King Soul earlier. Mossy is 7, Knight makes 12, return the sibling makes 14 out of 17. So we need 2 Shadow Servants. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Still a 4-point solo this early in the game. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. The Shadow Servant will use its energy to pull a minion power 4 less and play it as an extra minion, which will be Shadow Servant. Play another Colossus, which is going to be Talus or Quadrator. I don't think they can do Quadrator. We might also put Talus out as the other one, because we're going to have to do another one. Again, just doing the math. Pull Mossy now. That's 9, 14, 16, and 17. Yeah. Okay. Worth doing the math. Put this here. Got Talus or Avello. Avello is a very good Colossus for them. And I don't think Dark Weirdos are gonna have the ability to break it. We're gonna put Avello here once we clean up Tritania. It is in play right now, just doing things so that it doesn't get super crowded. Or rather, super expensive, I should say. Last Shadow Servant. We'll finally pull something other than a Shadow Servant. It's gonna pull Mossy Vessel. There's a sibling here, so we'll move one of our minions to here. And then sibling will return to our hand and transfer attachments to Mossy Vessel. And the knight will place 2 power counters on one of our minions there. That'll be on Mossy Vessel. Replace this with a 5. Okay. And then the deal, we have a minion here, so we'll shuffle Ogre back into our deck. We finally clean up Tritania. And now we score Flaming Aerie. Again, no specials here. No specials here, obviously. So they get their 4. Let's see. What are they shuffling back with the deal? If they try and shuffle back the intro, it's just going to go back to Dark Weirdos deck. So let's shuffle back the Knight. And then when Mossy Vessel gets cleaned up, we'll play the Sibling with its special. We're going to put it on Dark Web. That's the safest thing, I think. That was a very bad turn for Dark Weirdos. Okay. Getting grip strength would have been nice. Oh, well, I guess they're just gonna go. I don't know. It's a really bad spot. Hmm. Yeah, they can't even use Liquid Humanity because it's not their minion when it goes to the discard pile. Oof, that's really rough. Oh, I could have used Abyss Walking though. Yeah, they would have used Abyss Walking. I'm sorry, I forgot they had this. So that is solo insurance. So I guess the purpose of this is fleshing out Abyss Walking, which is still good. So they get the VP from that, but they lose the Chosen Ended. Oh, that actually does mean the Knight can't go back because they're gonna destroy the Knight. Sorry, retroactively going through some of this again. They would have used Abyss Walking to move the Chosen Undead. That would have killed the Knight, which is the only thing it could kill. Still a worthy target. And that means the deal can't shuffle it back, so it's going to shuffle back a Shadow Servant instead. Not Mossy Vessel because we want the equity to keep going on. We want the equity to persist. Okay. Now we're all good. That is a well worth it Abyss Walking. Okay. Now we're all good. Sorry about that. Hmm. I think we do Crystal Lizard somewhere. We'll do Crystal Lizard on Dark Web. We'll do Old Soul on Dark Web. Actually, do we want to do a reshuffle? Yeah, let's do a reshuffle first. Get back Abyss Walking. And then we'll do this. Oh, it's okay. I think Seath is better right now. We'll put the Contrarian on top though. It's got to go at another base. Do She-Grove. Yeah. And that's turn. Okay. We've got King Soul. Wayfarer's worth 5. Hornet's also worth 5 on Dark Web, technically, so. Hmm. We have to be a little bit careful because of the possibility of Old Soul turning into Chosen Undead. If we go for Dark Web, of course. That would make Wayfarer better because it can't be destroyed by Chosen Undead because of its permanent power. Mm, oh, or we could just use, one of the vessels. That would probably be better from a burst perspective. Hmm. We just have to make sure. Hmm. Yeah, Dark Web's a little annoying with the destruction. It's not like we can go for Crystal Lizard. We can do a Velo, actually. We can do a Velo by playing Ogre and just using the sibling. Yeah. And then what? A Velo moves the sibling back to, I don't know, Hotel California. I guess they can both move up, stay together. That's what, 9 power? Hmm. It does allow them to stay together and get presents on Hotel, though. So it might be worth. 9 out of 17. That does start getting to the area where they need to put out more power just to actually overcome them. And you gotta take the hotel into account. Yeah, okay. I'm not opposed to that. And what would they play for an action this turn? Would you Broken Idol doesn't make sense. It'd only be doing Skarnax. Hmm. Yeah, they don't. They could do Quadrator. That seems unwise, though. Giving up their snowball for that. Yeah, they can do that the following turn. Yeah, okay. I guess they'll play Howling Wraiths this turn. Sure. Alright, Ogre. We're not going to return the sibling. Ogre, move the both of them up to a Velo. And we'll play Howling Wraiths on the sibling. Okay, Velo scores. Nothing they can do. Again. Let's see. Move all their minions from one base to another. They're going to move them from a Velo to Hotel. When this goes away, breakpoints go down by 1. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, these guys got to get a move on. They really do. I don't know what they're doing. It's not, yeah, they can't do Hotel. They can play off on the sibling, though. That'll probably help a little bit. Especially with a Contrarian, we can activate it if we want to. Sure, I like this plan. Do Crystal Lizard. We're gonna draw Chosen Undead, put this on the bottom. This goes, let's say here. Then we'll do off on the sibling. Breakpoints up by 8, excuse me. Yes. Okay. Okay, we're drawing our 4s. That's kind of nice, I guess. It's a minion, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they can still do Quadrator with Ancient Sword with the help of its ability. Although, actually, I prefer to, play one of the 3s. Yeah, we'll play Pure Vessel since there's not another minion there to destroy with Broken Vessel. Let's see, and where would they put all of that equity? Sibling is currently what? Yeah, 3. We can do King Soul first, so it's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 5 power net, 6 actually, if we play Pure Vessel. Where's a safe spot to put that? I guess we can just do Hotel again. And that wouldn't be bad. And these guys are just floundering right now. Hmm. It is a little dangerous to do Hotel. It'd be 6 out of 16 power. I guess it's not any more dangerous than they were thinking it would be last time. They're going to be up 8 to 3. Hmm. 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 And they'll get Ogre back with the deal. And play Perfect Shot. Yeah, play Perfect Shot instead of Ancient Sword. No, that feels foolhardy. We'll just do Ancient Sword. Okay. Play Pure Vessel. It's a sibling there, so I'll place a power counter and draw other minions there. We'll return the sibling. Transfer all the attachments, even off. It's mandatory. Let's insert this into the place. Ogre will move up Pure Vessel to King Soul, or to Quadrator, excuse me. Ooh, can we double score something with Long Lost Maiden? Grab with Quadrator, and obviously Ogre's gonna follow. Hmm. Actually, I hadn't thought about that before now. Probably should have. I'm gonna be up to 8. Can they get to 12? Like that would be fine, I think. Even if they Shigrove it, they'd be down to 11. Breakpoints are gonna be 4 below. We grab Long Lost Maiden. Player. Yeah, we can do this. That'd be 9 from Long Lost Maiden. And this is what? 5 power net. Well, we can do King Soul again because it's a new instance of the talent. So it's 6. Yeah, it's 6. That's what I was saying before. 9 plus 6 is 15? Oh, so short. So close. Oh, no. We're fine. We do Ancient Sword. Yes, we do Ancient Sword. Reduce the breakpoint. Oh, maybe I just win this turn? No, I doubt it. With a grip strength is what I was thinking. No, they can't quite win, but I think they can at least like triple score She-Grove or something. That'd be funny. Because now Long Lost Maiden's going to be a 5 plus 6 is 11. So yeah, that if we store stuff under Seath, that would score She-Grove. I think we're going to do that. Store this, we'll store this. That cancels the abilities. Okay, I think we're now ready to score Quadrator. Yep. Yeah. Again, no specials that matter. Winner searches for a minion and draws it. Searches deck specifically. Grabs Long Lost Maiden. As we're cleaning up, we'll play the sibling when Pure Vessel goes to the discard pile. Transfer all the stuff. Oh, we do. It's only 50-50 shot actually that we get the double score unless we do dark web instead. No. Yeah, it's not gonna happen on dark web. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just take the 50-50. It's okay. Either way, you're gonna be up a ton of points. It's just, will you be up one more point or not? Okay. Yeah. Quadrator goes to the discard pile. These go down again. And we play Long Lost Maiden. And let's see, there is how much less power than Breakpoint here? Hold on, do we even need to give this stuff to this? Yeah, we do. We do need to give it to the sibling. Because if not, she's at 14 on her own. She's just an 11. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, then we score Hotel California. Shuffle a random minion here for each player in their deck. We're gonna keep all their counters separate. Which gets shuffled in. Okay, perfect. So that goes away. These go to discard, but we're okay with that. I think we're okay with, yeah, we're definitely okay with that. Again, none of their specials actually do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. When Long Lost Maiden would go to the discard pile to play Grip Strength, move Long Lost Maiden over to Shegrove. Can't score this way, no. That'd be sort of ridiculous. And not using the deal, of course. Crystal Lizard goes away. Yeah, this goes back to -4. And again, nothing they can do. Winner takes a VP for another player. Wow. Oh, and this gets shuffled back with the deal. Incredible. Echo Base, great. Just in time. I'm sure it'll make a difference. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's everything. Wow. What are these guys doing? Oh, hello, TTS. You good? Oh, oh, my TTS crashed. Hold on. Okay, we're back. We're back. No progress was lost. That's good. Anyway. Oh man. Oh man. What do you even do here? Wow. I guess you can try and go for Dwarven Stronghold? I got Chosen Undeads to threaten solos. Dark Web can help threaten a solo, but not against the Shadow Servant. Cursed helps with that, I suppose. And I've also got Lord Vessel. Hmm. I think what they're going to do is they're going to do Chosen Undead. They're going to do Lord Vessel here. Yeah. Okay. Man. Okay. How many Colossi in the discard pile? 4? Yeah, 4. So Wayfarer is worth 7 on the normal basis now. I mean, I guess they may as well just go for Dark Web as well. Putting a second minion there helps a little bit. We could do Broken Idol. What do we got for Broken Idol options? Search your deck for a minion. Take control of minion power 3 or less. They can steal the Chosen Undead. Move all our minions from one base to another. If we do play Broken Idol, it's going to be for Tritania to steal the Chosen Undead. Unfortunately, I don't think we can quite win the base. We need 9 power. Yeah, we don't quite have that. We win next turn, though. Yeah, we can. Next turn, we can add. What is this? If we do Broken Idol, this would be 6 plus 9. Hmm. We want to put a second minion there to vastly increase our chances of having presence there. So maybe we just don't care about breaking another base really quickly. We just do Broken Idol. We'll do Quadrator, I guess. What would we grab? I guess Long Lost Maiden. You just play her normally. Yeah. Okay, we'll box Quadrator. Grab Long Lost Maiden. Thanks deal. Actually, can we use that to just, win this turn? Yeah, we totally can, can't we? Oh, no, 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 we can't. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Yeah, because she's only worth an 8. Yes. So yeah, play the ceiling. It's fine. Okay, here we go. Hmm. 2 minions there. That is kind of difficult. Hmm. This is not great. Hmm. What are we doing? Don't know what we're doing. Hmm. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we can do Lord Vessel erase the breakpoint, get Seath, box Seath to get the. I guess we would do the Moonlight Greatsword to have a shot in hell. Yeah, I guess. But obviously we can't go for Dark Web anymore. Hmm. Oh, something nifty Contrarian can do is invert Chosen Undead, printed power -4 or more, so you can just destroy anybody. That might be their path to victory here. Hold on. Although, yeah, Dark Web still isn't destroying one of them, it's destroying one of us. Yeah, that makes this harder. We've got Cursed, though. That'll help. Okay, so if we lower the breakpoint instead, that's 16. Play Contrarian. That's what, 11? We've got Pyromancy Flame for 12? No. Yeah, we just don't have enough oomph right now. Which I guess means we can play the Contrarian elsewhere. Let's not uncover Lord Vessel yet. Yeah. Let's see, what do we want to invert with Contrarian? This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. We'll invert Chosen Undead, yeah. We could invert Echo Base, I suppose, for power activation. I suppose we need to play as if we're going to be able to get solos. I'm wary of doing Pyromancy Flame on the Chosen Undead because it needs to not be the minion with the most power there when we score the base. Seems a little bit difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna play this here. If it ends up making the difference, then oh well. They weren't likely to win this game anyway. I think we do need to do this though, as much as it sucks. Use it very carefully. Alright. Okay, okay. Ooh. That helps. Definitely helps. But I think they're just gonna win this turn now. Yeah, because we got Dream No More. Yeah. Boom. This gets +3. Play Wayfarer. He's got +3. And that's all they need. Curiously, it would have been enough if they had uncovered Lord Vessel to raise the breakpoint. Interesting. Well, base scores. Long Lost Maiden is the biggest minion there, so she gets destroyed. Oh no. Let's see, they can kill anybody, so they'll kill Wayfarer. Is that equal or less? Yeah. They'll do Cursed. Put a stasis counter on the Shadow Servant. So they win the base. Yay. But, game still ends, so. Couldn't quite get rid of all of their minions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, wait. We've got Old Soul. Hold on. Not technically done yet. I mean, I know Old Soul can't, actually do anything, but... yeah, none of these can kick anybody off. Yep. If this had been in their discard pile, then they could have, but oh well. Yep, that's game. Wow. That was something. We'll see if Dark Weirdos can bring it back in the next 2 games. Yeah, I think they might be able to. This game was very dominant, but we'll see if Dark Weirdos can get their act together next time. It's time for game number 2. We're using our Medium Risk base deck, and Dark Weirdos are going first again since they lost the last game. Let's jump in. Alright, so we've got a Contrarian in our opening hand. That's nice. We've got the Bed of Chaos. Let's play a bit of Chaos on 5-star restaurant. We'll draw a card for that since it is rare. Okay, not bad. I think we're going to skip our action play. None of the actions we have can be played normally, so that's a good reason to do so. Ooh, yes. Good, good, good. That is worth a discard. Okay. Oh, we gotta do Burning Building. Going to have to remember that. Okay. Opening hand here, not bad. I'm debating whether we want to play King's Brand or Hunter's Journal this turn as our action. I think it might be better to do King's Brand first, but I'm not certain. If we hit a sibling on Hunter's Journal, we can play that, and we can try to keep King's Brand out for longer. Play King's Brand next turn. We also have Ogre, which is good to play King's Brand on, because Ogre can move the minions away. But also there's not a good base to do that on. This is small. This decreases in size. This is going to cost us a lot of cards. Then we do Hunter's Journal. Ogre. Ogre. Okay. Hold on. Alright, we're back. Okay. So what are we playing? So we've got all 3 copies of Ogre. We have no common cards. No common cards you can play on 5-star right now. Sorry, no rare cards. We do have some common cards you can play there. No, we have Mossy Vessel, that's rare. But I don't think we want to play that. So we're playing an Ogre. The question is where? I guess Burning Building. Alright, that didn't pan out the best, but yeah, okay. Sure. Guiding Light's not bad either. Now we gotta do Burning Building. I think we can do Chosen Undead on 5-star and discard the Voodoo Doll. Because Chosen Undead is common. What are we doing after that? Oh, we should have been doing marks for Bed of Chaos as well. Should have 2 marks now. Is that 2 or 3? That's 2, okay. Good. Oh, social cue. Would we want to do Hunter's Journal? It's at most a draw 2 for us. I think we're focusing on Guiding Light instead, right? Yeah. Yeah, the social cue target here is Guiding Light. I think we established that last game. Okay. So we're going to punt on our action play again. Let's do this. Hopefully we can bag the Bed of Chaos for Easily Catalyst. Well, that requires buried cards to make sense. We'll see what happens. Alright. Do Burning Building. Okay, not bad. Also not bad. And now we do Bed of Chaos again. What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. We don't know anything about the Colossus deck. So Guiding Light is a complete gamble. I think it's pretty clear we should play King's Brand this turn one way or another. I guess we're just going to play it on Ogre, though. And accept that we're getting maybe 2 cards out of it. Oh, good. Ancient Sword, that's also nice. This, we could use this Ogre to move the other Ogre away. But I think with the hand we have, we would rather have it on Burning Building for the moment still. And we've got third Ogre to help with that as well. This is just to get around the discard. Okay. This could be nice. Fourth mark. Hmm. Thinking about this from the perspective of Bed of Chaos. We want to kill Bed of Chaos with Chosen Undead. But that means we lose the base from Ogre being there as well. The options around this are use Cursed for a solo, play a third minion there. You'd have to be a Contrarian. Don't necessarily like that. Hmm. You could use Pyromancy Flame to tie at least, assuming they don't store cards, but I don't know if they would. It seems reasonable to think that they might not. Hmm. We could do Contrarian, invert Chosen Undead. Oh. Huh. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, it's numerals. Okay, not. That is very strange, but if that 5 or a numeral 5, Contrarian could invert it and just score the base instantly, which I think is really funny. And I'd never noticed that until now. Probably because it doesn't actually work. But that is really funny. Anyway. Based on how the last game went, I don't think we can afford to lose bases on purpose. Yeah. So we might end up. Yeah, what we might end up doing is playing the Contrarian there, inverting Chosen Undead. Is there anything? Okay, yeah. None of the bases matter for Contrarian. Ogre doesn't matter. King's Brand doesn't matter. Chosen Undead is the only one that matters. So we can invert Chosen Undead to threaten killing the Ogre. But that just encourages them to put another minion there, which I don't think we want them to do. This is tough. This is already tough. We could also use Offbeat to delay Chosen Undead until after scoring, so that no VP is awarded at all, and we still bag the soul. That's definitely an option. And then we get to keep a Contrarian in play, and it forces them to spend cards on storing, potentially for a while. Especially if we also invert in Chosen Undead for more threat, more threat value. I think I like that option the most. Oh, did we forget? We did forget uh, this thing again. Should be at -4. Contrarian's going to invert Chosen Undead. So now it can destroy minion printed power -4 or more. And as far as action goes, we can do Oblivious if we want. We do Oblivious, get rid of King's Brand. We could do Oblivious, prevent one of these ogres from moving. I think there are better Oblivious targets. Although we might not have time to play Oblivious later. Sure, we're just going to do this. Get rid of King's Brand. Alright, do this. Draw 2 for turn. Great, thanks. Okay, totally needed all that. Put 5th mark on 5-star restaurant. Now Bed of Chaos is active. What are these guys going to do about it? Maybe they don't do anything about it and just let it play out as it will. Because as far as they know, they have to choose between letting them win the base and killing Ogre, getting it solo, but also not getting the soul. They don't necessarily know that they could predict that they might have offbeat, but they can't know for certain. It's a roughly 1 in 4 chance. Losing Kingsbrand hurts. We could use attacking Colossus, but that feels foolhardy. It feels like there are much better things they can do. This is going down to 13 this turn. I don't think we want to put a second Ogre down there, because this is going to go down to 12 breakpoint. So they would only need 4 power to win the base on their turn, which is very easy. Very, very easy, actually. So let's not do that. We'll just play Ogre on towers. What are we going to do for action, though? We could do Guiding Light. Yeah, we could do Guiding Light and punt Bed of Chaos over to a Colossus. I'm not opposed to that, actually. Let's see what happens. Interesting. Other players' cards. We could destroy the thing with Oblivious on it. Yeah, well, I think this problem just solved itself. We're going to use all of the Ogres. And discard another card besides that, I suppose. Which is totally smart, and not at all foolhardy. Yeah, definitely. I'll get rid of Voidheart, I think. Okay. Technically, that would allow us to get rid of Oblivious, but we're not going to care about that anyway. Okay, one of these ogres is going to move the other one up, and then it can fall out. And we need that to actually win the base, which we do want to do. So 5 stars no longer scoring this turn. Now, it's a question of which three do we want? I think we would rather steal the Contrarian and force them to put more defense on Burning Building. Alright, yeah, I like that. Alright, Tritania scores. Oh, we have to do Burning Building. Now Tritania scores. No specials over here. Curse doesn't do anything. These guys don't have anything that matters. We'll get the VP for that, and they'll take control of the Contrarian. This goes away, these go away. As we do that, we'll play Sibling. I'm going to play Sibling on Towers of Eternia, actually. Yeah. No footprint there towards the very low breakpoint. I doubt these guys can do 10 power out of nowhere with just a Chosen Undead on the board. Yeah, there are lots of reasons to put it there. Breakpoints go down by 1. Alright, we check Burning Building again. Okay, cool. Shadow Servant's nice. That worked out very, very well for them. So these marks are just there now. They don't do anything. Hmm. Yeah, that sucked. I think they're going to be playing Lord Vessel this turn. What for, though? Where, I guess on 5-star. No, this is no longer inverted. I guess we kind of do need to defend Burning Building. Every VP is going to matter. Not to mention, uh, Contrarian is common, so we'd just be discarding something to put it on 5-star. Hmm. Considering we haven't drawn any buried cards yet, it may not be the worst thing that we're going to be shuffling easily into our deck instead of drawing it. It does suck still, but what you gonna do? We don't draw yet. We draw when we uncover it, as far as I know. Okay. Ooh. Good draws, good draws. Alright, we have to do Burning Building before I forget. So this breakpoint's going down to 10 at the end of this turn. That's cool. I think that means we can break both Burning Building and Towers of Eternia with Shadow Servant. I think. I might be wrong. We need 9 power there. We can play Shadow Servant there. That's 2. We could do it with Grip Strength, I think. Hmm. Oh, I want to play Ancient Sword on somebody. That could go on the Chosen Undead, funny enough. But no, we want to put in the sibling. Let's see. That's 2. Pull Pure Vessel, that's 5, 6, 7? Hmm. It's not 9. We could pull second Shadow Servant for it. What would we do with Towers of Eternia? What would we play? I guess it would be King's Brand and Ogre? It would be, yeah. But I guess just on the replacement base. Sure. Sure, I'm okay with that. Even though it leaves two Colossi out, these guys can't super react to them very quickly. Hmm. This throws a wrench into things, but they don't know they have it yet. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with this plan. Let's do Shadow Servant first, just in case. The Colossi we have to choose from Talus and Lucinia. Okay. Considering the stuff we've got, let's just do Talus. They're both gonna get played. It's likely that Lucinia will just get played anyway. And we play some energy on the Shadow Servant. Then we're gonna play Ancient Sword on the sibling. We'll reduce the breakpoint of Burning Building by 2 until the end of the turn. Okay. Burning Building goes down again. And then we score it. Let's see. Cursed doesn't do anything. Offbeat's not gonna matter, because yeah, no specials. So that's 4 and 1. Shadow Servant will use its energy. Pull a Shadow Servant. Let's see. Let's look top 2 cards of Colossus deck again. Lucinia or Rosa. We're playing Lucinia. That's not even a question. This Shadow Servant gets an energy. How much more power do we need there? We need 5. Dang. I was kind of hoping we could pull Broken Vessel instead of Pure Vessel, but that's okay. Would have been a slightly bigger snowball. It's 1 power less, I suppose. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna pull Pure Vessel. And there's a sibling here, so I'll place a power counter on each of the other minions. And then the sibling will return to our hand and give away all of its attachments. Okay, we're done with Burning Building. We can clean up now. These go here. This goes here. This should be at the normal -1 now. Shambhala. Not bad. Yeah, that should be fine. Then Towers of Eternia. Again, none of this matters. No VP are awarded, but we're going to play Ogre and Kingsbrand on Shambhala in that order. And then, as we're cleaning up, Pure Vessel will go to the discard pile. We're going to play Sibling on Shambhala, which gives us a draw from Kingsbrand, and then Pure Vessel gives its attachments away. Then these Shadow Servants go away. Ooh, Central Souk. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right. What are these guys doing? I think they want to play Assigned Seat Kid. We're probably gonna. Oh, we're gonna uncover Lord Vessel as well. And we're not breaking that base this turn, I don't think. Yeah, no. So we're going to. Ooh, don't know how to text this one. We're going to box Bed of Chaos, which allows us to grab Easily Catalyst. Ooh, and shuffle it into our deck. Then we're going to raise the breakpoint here by its power until the start of our turn. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play Assigned Seat Kid. Draw a card because it's rare. Who's Sunlight Warrior? Excellent. Then we're going to do Sunlight Warrior on 5-star. Slowly but surely make our way towards something. I have a feeling that these guys are just going to be too fast, but we'll see. Alright, that's it. Oh, Nito's a good find if we can actually kill it. Okay, what are these guys doing? I think they're gonna try and break a Colossus, but how is the question? Because there are a lot of ways we could do this. A science seed kid is really annoying. It basically just means we're losing all of whatever we put here. So it's kind of good that we're doing this now. Let's see. We could score Talus by doing Mossy Vessel, then move over with Ogra. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Cursed Fate as a backup if a Science Seed kid wants to swoop in, which it might. Is getting rid of all that equity is definitely good. They don't know that we have Cursed Fate to make sure that we actually win instead of tie, but I'd say that's pretty good. Can we break Lucinia this way? We can. We kind of don't want to play any more minion modifiers for that reason. Hmm. It does leave Mossy Vessel stranded on 5-star, but that's not the worst thing ever. Gives us presence there at least. The jumping off point. Which one would we score? Do we care more about Talus or Lucinia? What are the actions in our discard pile? Oh, they did play Guiding Light, didn't they? I did say we're going to do that with for social cue. But we got rid of social cue. No, we didn't. Uh, Crap, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, we're just going to say that they did that. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Hmm. We could also hold off a little bit, try and score. Well, no. Okay. This is stealing our snowball no matter what, so may as well cut it off now instead of later. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. We're gonna do this. Yeah, I draw with King's Brand. Ooh. Oh, that changes things a little bit. Now what do we want? Now what do we want? Do we want a specific action back with Lucinia? Hmm. I still think no. I think we still want Talus. So we'll reduce the breakpoint of Talus by 2. We'll move both these guys up with Ogra. Oh, we actually don't even need. Oh, we don't even need Ancient Sword for that. That also changes things. I didn't realize that somehow. Uh, hmm. Let's assume that this swap happens. We would then have a minion on 5-star. This would be gone. That would be on, so it's -1 power. So it's 5 power out of potentially. Oh, oh, what's it called is ruining this. Lord Vessel. Uh, a base where you have a minion. We could score both Colossi with grip strength. There's a very funny sequencing we can do here. Yeah. The question is, what are we reducing with Ancient Sword? Or are we? Are we instead, like uh, looking at the top cards of the base deck or something? Reduce Shambhala, Long Lost Maiden would be an 8 out of 12. So we'd need 4 more power there, which it doesn't look like we're getting. No, it doesn't look like we're getting that. Hmm. There is still some funny sequencing we can do to score both Colossi, and that's perfectly fine. It does require a Long Lost Maiden, which, isn't the best. Hmm. 12 breakpoint. We do also still have our normal action play. It doesn't actually help us. I see an easy way for us to get 11 power. I don't see an easy way for us to get more than that. We did draw Long Lost Maiden before we moved up with Ogre. So let's back up a bit. Maybe there's some funny things we can do. Oh yeah, that's how we would double scores Shit Talos and Shambhala. Oh, we already used our minion play. So we gotta score a base. Hmm. Strange. Very strange. If we hold off one more turn, then we can double score these two. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Because we're still not, no, using our normal action. Oh, no, we can use Shambhala as our normal action play. Oh, that'd be good, actually. I think I like that idea. We're going to use Shambhala. We're going to turn Mossy Vessel into an uncontrolled monster. We're going to sit on our hands and wait. Because there might be cooler things we can do next turn. Oh, yes. There are definitely cooler things we can do now. Okay. Right. This uncovers. We're going to place 3 power counters and draw a card with the restaurant. think we play Nito on 5-star. Yeah, I wish we had a Contrarian to invert it, but there's only one left in our deck. Play Old Soul on Shambhala, and then if they score it, then we've got a Contrarian we can use to score 5-star, I think, and probably kick off any defender with Cursed. That'd be a nice way to start actually doing stuff. Oh, and this breakpoint reduction or increase goes away. Ooh. We don't have Liquid Humanity yet, which is unfortunate. I don't want to get soloed. Breakpoint there, it's going to be 7. It's 11 out of 14. That makes it really easy to just break it. I don't like that. Assigned Seek It is helping, but it's not going to do everything. Especially if we end up needing to use it. What minions are in our discard pile besides Contrarian? It's just Contrarian. I guess this is worth more as far as winning a base goes. Um, hmm. It's strange. I don't know. This is so hard. Can we score Talus? Or Lucinia? No, right? I don't think so. I'm slightly worried about them double scoring 5-star. Which is definitely a thing that could happen. I guess we could put Nito there as insurance against that. Man, this is just really, really hard. We've got insurance against solos with the Science Seed Kit. Yeah, we do. We unequivocally do. The question is that whether or not they plan to double score 5-star. I think we might want to play Nito there on 5-star, specifically for the case that they try and double score 5-star. Because I think we have a much more plausible chance of swinging 5-star than we do swinging anything else. Because we gotta get some points on the board eventually. Like, yeah, part of the tough thing about this matchup is that these guys can get chip VP in addition to big double scores and triple scores, and these guys have a hard time keeping up with that. Like we saw, these guys have already scored 3 bases this game, even though one was a Colossus. Maybe we do Nito and off count. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. We'll do Nito, draw a card, off. Off helps a lot, actually. Put off on Mossy Vessel. Off helps a lot. because it dampens their potential. Yeah, and I know that reduces the breakpoint. I'm not going to bother tracking that because it's just going to go back to normal at the start of the turn. Okay, I think this works. Okay, impatient is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hmm. Do we just get rid of guiding light? Yeah. Guiding light is useful for knocking out Snowball, but the way this game is going, they might not get that much of it. So I think we might be able to get away with throwing away Social Q. I think it's okay. We'll be okay. All right. Now we can unequivocally score Talus, quite easily, in fact, with just Wayfarer and Ancient Sword. Don't even need to move anybody. Hmm. I really want to play Monarch Wings, but that's just gonna give them back assigned seed kit. We really, really do not want that. So we're not gonna do that. Which means we're actually gonna lose Long Lost Maiden and Mossy Vessel. Which sucks, but oh well. It's better than, not doing that. Hmm. I think we can pretty easily double score something now, though. Like, we might even be able to get Central Soup. Force them to use a Science Seek Kid for 1 point, rather than, yeah. How easy is that, though? Breakpoints would be down by 2. We can Grip Strength Wayfarer over, he'd be a 5. The Long Lost Maiden would be a 7. I mean, we can get away with this by using Mossy Vessel. That lets us keep Ancient Sword, but that also keeps off around, which is annoying. Maybe that might be fine, though. Hmm. Yeah, that allows us to actually use Ancient Sword for breakpoint reduction somewhere else. Oh, I should have looked at the top cards of the base deck last turn. Too late. Yeah, definitely too late. Okay, so if we Grip Strength Wayfarer over to Central Souk, he's going to be a 5 out of 17 breakpoint. It'll be down by net 4, so Long Lost Maiden will be a 9. So it's 9 plus 5 is 14 out of 17. Where are we getting that last 3 from? We're not? I think that's the answer, is we're not. Hmm. Well, okay, I suppose it'll be 15 because we get. No, yeah. No, it wouldn't. It'd be -2. Not -2, yeah. So I guess we'd be going for 5-star, which is fine. It draws us a card for our trouble. It's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. Can we grip strength somebody? over to Lucinia and then draw grip strength again. That might be cool if we can manage it. And still, score 5-star. Hold on, how would that work? We go to Talus first. We Ancient Sword Lucinia, so it's down to 6. And then, but Wayfarer's only going to be a 5 on that Colossus. And we don't have a way to get more there. Annoying. I don't think we can grip strength twice. On the other hand, the way we could do this is we move the 2 minions up to Lucinia, we reduce Talus, Wayfarer goes to Lucinia first, and then down to 5-star. Breakpoints are down by 3, and Wayfarer is a 6. So, and we need, well, we want a bit more power than that because of Assigned Seat Kid and Nito and Chosen Undead. Just all of the things kind of matter. Does that allow us to do Shambhala instead? Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Breakpoint is going to be 12. Yeah, that allows us to just do Shambhala instead. Yeah, that's better. That's unequivocally better. Yeah, then we don't have to worry about any shenanigans with 5-star. It gets them 1 point, but like, who cares? Yeah. Okay, I like that plan. I like that plan. Ogre moves all this up to Lucinia. We reduce the breakpoint of Talus with Ancient Sword. And then we play Wayfarer there. Wayfarer's got +4 power, but loses 2 power for each card in the Colossus discard pile, which is 1. So he's got a net of +3. Balanced by the +1 for the card in the Colossus discard pile. It's a net of +3, is the point. Okay. Talus scores. Oh, they could assign Seat Kid that, couldn't they? I mean, if that's the case, we would just, you know, score 5-star. Oh, would we be able to actually? I'm not sure. I don't think we would. Anyway, I don't know if that's the best move for them. Is it? It might be. It might actually be. Hmm. Didn't consider that. I guess they can do Lucinia. They'll do Shambhala, I guess. How do they want to account for that? If that happens, do they want to store stuff under Nito so they can still score 5-star? Uh, Plausibly. What would they store? Hmm. Because if they don't store with Nito, Wayfarer is going to be worth 3. This is going to be worth 5. This is going to be gone. So, yeah, clearly that's not enough. So they're going to need to store under Nito if they want to guarantee stuff. Would they need to store under Nito anyway? Hmm, they might. Because even in the ideal scenario where they get to do this triple score, which I'm thinking they might not be able to do. You know, if this is the case, maybe they just settle for the double and don't move all this stuff up, because that's obviously very risky to leave out there. Hmm. It would still not be the worst thing ever to lose Talus but win 5-star, because we're ahead by 3 points. We'd still be ahead by 4 points at the end of that. We'd be out 2 card draw. Hmm. And it gives them the soul of Nito if they want it. Because, yeah, we can unequivocally win 5-star, no matter what, with Cursed Fate. Yeah, the question really is, what do they want to store under Nito? What's worth it? I guess they can store a sibling and one of the modifiers. Monarch and Wraiths are both really, really good, though. I don't want to store 2 siblings, especially with Voidheart in the discard pile. Hmm. Tough call. Very, very tough call. Hmm. 2 siblings? 2 siblings might be the play. Yeah, 2 siblings might be the play. Yeah, I think 2 siblings is the play with Nito, unfortunately. Okay. Do they want to move Mossy Vessel up just to make sure? No, because they're still going to swap and they would still win it. So yeah. Oh, this -2 goes away now. Oh, what the? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just do this. Flush out a signed seed kit. It's not the best thing ever. Would we actually kind of get our choice of which Colossus they got, at least? Would we rather they draw 2 cards or draw an action from their discard pile? Oh, unequivocally draw an action from their discard pile. And we would get back, I guess, just Hunter's Journal. Like, Hunter's Journal isn't bad. It's not bad at all. So we're actually gonna, instead of doing Talus, we're gonna do Lucinia. Because we have exactly enough oomph for that instead. Okay. Yeah, for 7 for a double score, the points are the same. Yeah. Okay, I like this. Lucinia scores, I think they are going to swap a signed seed kit. It is worth the VP. And we're gonna get the bag Nito as well. We don't have liquid humanity, which is unfortunate. Wayfair is going to have 2 at the end of this. I'm just going to add that now. And they're going to draw Oblivious. Can we win 5-star? It costs us Nito's soul in the immediate for sure. But we can we're gonna assume they're gonna play Long Lost Maiden if they bothered storing under Nito in the first place. Yeah. Is that the end of your turn or that turn? Okay, that turn. And so yeah, we can assume Long Lost Maiden is gonna come out and that's gonna be enough power to break the base. Yeah, it's gonna be a 7, which is more than the 6 that they would need. We can chosen undead that to make the score 5 to 9. Uh, and even if they have, even if they have Curse Fate, we've got Offbeat. Is that worth losing Nito's soul? What is the score going to be if we win 5-star? The score is going to be 2 to 4 after Lucinia, and then it would be 6 to 6. I think that's worth it. That might be worth it. And it flushes out a lot of their good cards. Yeah, okay. That is worth it, I think. Yeah, okay. Lucinia scores. That's what they figured would happen. They're going to draw Oblivious. Oh well, that's what it is. Alright, Science Seek Kid goes away. Colossus does not get replaced. When the Colossus goes to the discard pile, they play Long Lost Maiden. Okay. And she gets +2. And I draw a card with 5-star. Yeah, another Hunter's Roll. That's nice. So they kind of got their Lucinia award anyway. Okay. 5-star. They're not going to do anything yet. Yeah, they're going to use Chosen Undead to destroy Long Lost Maiden. Actually, they're going to do Grip Strength. Yeah, they're going to Grip Strength Long Lost Maiden up to Talus. Good backup plan. Let's see. So that was Chosen Undead. They're gonna try and do Curse Fate, but Offbeat's gonna prevent it. So that goes back into hand for now, and then it must get played after base scores instead. Yeah. And that's it for specials. We get 4 here, 2 here. Curse Fate gets played and then destroyed immediately. Alright. As Wayfarer goes to discard pile, we're going to play our last sibling on Shambhala, draw a card with King's Brand. Okay, perfect shot's not bad. These go to the discard. These go to the discard. And then Talus scores VP cards. TTS, please. Cards. Yeah, that's nice. Both those are nice. Then she goes away. Okay. So not a completely. Oh my. How did that happen? Anyway, Talus goes away. Breakpoints go down. That's it. All right. Wayfair is now worth 6 on the normal bases, which is nice. Not the worst outcome for Dark Weirdos. Not the best either, but gotta work with what you got. I'm kind of considering playing Oblivious on Mossy Vessel to get rid of the Ancient Sword, but I also kind of want to play Lord Vessel to get the Gravelord Sword in our discard pile in our deck faster. How many cards do we have in our deck? 21. Ugh. Ugh. Hmm. With the score where it is, uh, we need to start winning bases. So I think we have to focus on either Central Souk or Fiesta Mexicana. Hmm. I guess we're playing Lord Vessel this turn. And we're playing Old Soul as well. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but they need to win they need to win a base desperately on their own terms, I think. Okay, last contrarian, that's nice. Especially if we actually see the scaleless or something, or we can use it for Nito, I suppose, with Impatient and Old Soul. That'd be nice if we see another Chosen Undead as well. Hmm. Okay, what are we doing? Can we break Shambhala? Potentially. Potentially. Because the knight is going to be worth 7 if we play it on Shambhala. 7 net power. Unless... No, yeah. Mossy Vessel's worth 1 power still. So 4 plus 7 is 11, annoyingly. We also have Ogra to farm Kingsbrand for more draw. Kinda like that plan. And then we've got Monarch Wings as well we can play this turn. Or we can play Perfect Shot. Lots of stuff we can do. Hmm. Hmm. Which is better, Monarch Wings or Perfect Shot? Probably Monarch Wings, honestly. Yeah, we're just not going to play the knight. Yeah. And then next turn, Wayfarer can do the same thing, except actually be worth enough. Sure. That allows us to play Monarch Wings this turn. Sure. Okay. Draw a card of King's Brand. Ooh, fun. Then we're going to move the knight away with Ogre. Or just move into Central Suit. That's perfectly fine. And then we're going to play Monarch Wings. And this time we're going to actually use Ancient Sword for Foresight. We can do Colossus deck. Barossa or Quadrator. Ooh, that's actually good. That's good to know. Because the way I'm imagining they're going to win the game from this point is Shambhala and then Quadrator into one of these 4-pointers. That seems reasonable to me. Okay. That's it, right? Yep. No, they just revealed cards for Sook. Do they uncover Lord Vessel? And box Nito? That'd bring the breakpoint down to 14. There are other things they can do. They can box Assigned Seed Kit instead. I don't know if they can get to the power they need, though. If they had Easily the Catalyst, they could. For sure. Because that would at least be worth an immediate 3, compared to just uncovering Lord Vessel for free. Unfortunately, you don't win by losing, and it seems like they are perpetually losing right now. We could play Oblivious now to shred all those modifiers. Yeah, and if that's the case, I think we want to what was I thinking? We want to keep Lord Vessel buried for the moment. So what are we playing this turn? We play Contrarian. Where are we playing Contrarian? I guess on Fiesta? I guess. Yeah, you don't win by losing. Is there something cool that Contrarian can do this turn? Hmm. It can flip off. I don't think that matters, though. Hmm. Oh, we completely forgot about the Knights on play. It's gonna grab a Shadow Sword. Everything else plays out exactly the same. I'm gonna say that these cards are the same for the sake of my sanity. I don't think they can do any bases this turn. Maybe they can do Shambhala with like Control Freak and Impatient. How much power do we need? We need 8? Yeah, ain't no way. We would need 2 minion plays, I think. Uh, Control Freak, Pyromancy Flame is 5, Impatient makes 7. Yeah. No, they just can't. They can do Contrarian and lose Shambhala, but you don't win by losing. It might be better to nip that in the bud, though. It's before this base scores, yeah. We could do Impatient play Nito? Okay. Okay, now we've got the workings of a plan. How much power can we add that way? 3, 7, flip Nito. That would be certainly 9 for the Contrarian. It gets kind of close to breaking Sook, but we can't quite do it. Although we'd have another action at that point. Okay, so we can at least do Shambhala. That's good. Which I guess perhaps means we should uncover Lord Vessel and box one of these other 4s that we have to, I guess, make progress towards Lord of Cinder. Be at 2 out of 4. You know, that's not actually the worst thing ever. I think I'm okay with that. Alright, uncover Lord Vessel. We'll box. Assign Seat Kid, I guess. Yeah. Raise the breakpoint of Fiesta. Yeah. Raise the breakpoint of Fiesta by 4. Return this to hand. Play Contrarian on Shambhala. Play Impatient with its special ability to do Old Soul. Place it on the bottom of the deck. Play a minion from our discard pile, which is Nito. Use Contrarian to invert Nito, so minions without attachment, other minions that are without attachment have +2 power and cannot be moved. Which gives that sibling +2 for what it's worth, but that doesn't really matter. And then we'll play Lord Vessel again. Let's do it on Sook. Can they break Sook in this downtime? Unless they've got 4th sibling, they're out of siblings. So I think we're okay to put it on Sook and go for the gutsy play. No guts, no glory. Let's just think next turn we've got 14 breakpoint here, 5 power, so we'd have to add 9. I don't see that happening, but probably better than anything else we've got for ideas. Sure, we can leave it buried for a turn or two if we think it's necessary, or we can, just raise the breakpoint instead. All right, I like this plan. Okay. No specials here, right? Yeah, no. Pretty clean cut. Monarch Wings will at least return Mossy Vessel to hand, and they'll pass on all of these attachments to the knight. But we don't have any siblings to play, so we can't do anything different with it. This goes to hand. Everything else just goes away. Oh, that should still be -3, sorry. Okay. Okay, it's a little late for these cards, but we'll see, I guess. All right. Hmm. Depending on how this goes, they might be able to play Lord of Cinder this game. It'll require some things to line up, but it's possible. Okay, so their plans have been ruined from a number of angles. Now they draw these. How many VP do we need to win? We need 7. Yes. I think we got to start with Hunter's Journal. See if we can get that last Zilla. We're running out of minions in our deck. It might be close. No, we've got second Hornet to draw. We have 4 printed power worth of minions in our deck at least, so we're not gonna like reveal everything. So it's a 50, I think it's a 50-50 shot of whether we get the Hornet or not. I think we've seen literally every other minion. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It just means we're gonna play Shadow Servant on this turn. We're gonna play Quadrator, not Rosa. And then we'll draw 2 and discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is not useful anymore, I don't think. We can get rid of this. The bases in play aren't conducive to it. What do we have the minion plays for? What do we have the card plays for in general? Oh, wait a minute. We shouldn't have discarded more than one because we should have drawn revealed cards with Sook instead. I think it was these two. It's one of the nice things about Sook. Okay. Big question. Do we uncover Lord Vessel now? I say probably not. What do we play this turn? Probably Blacksmith to try and draw some actions. Quadrator is cool, but we don't have the means to break it yet. Let's play him on Nightmare Avenue. Yes, let's leave Lord Vessel buried. Leave Lord Vessel buried. Yeah, we want to get to our stuff. So it's not shuffle actions in. Let's try and draw an action. That is an action. Okay. Yeah, now that is a card that helps us play Lord of Cinder. Hmm. Although I think we don't necessarily want to play a card that gets buried this turn. We can play it slow. Keep it slow. I think the game is slowing down a little bit since these guys have lost their snowball. I think we just play Oblivious on the night. Strip those actions off of it. Yeah. Just get rid of the last remnants of what they've been building up. Yeah. Draw 2. Oh, this is really good. This is also really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you have to discard something? This is all really, really nice. Let's get rid of Phantom Allies. It's probably way too slow at this point. It would be so nice if we had Easy Catalyst right now. We have not seen any introverts this game either. That's kind of strange. Hmm. Alright. Draw 2 from Suk. We really need that last silly. Yes, we do. Let's think. Wayfarer is only worth 4 on the Colossi now. So Hornet's better as far as burst goes. Hornet Mothman Cloak would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think we're in the territory of needing to use attack on Colossus yet. Can we break things a more unconventional way? Like, or unconventional for this deck at least. Like, can we break Central Souk with Wayfarer? Wayfarer's worth 6, so that's 9. Not this turn at least. Hmm. Playing Hornet on Fiesta is slightly dangerous, but I don't think it's gonna be around long enough for that to matter. Yeah, yeah. Alright, we'll play Hornet. That's all we need to break Quadrator next turn with Mothman Cloak. So let's play a different action this turn. Can't play anything on the knight. So we just play Mothman Cloak this turn actually. And that frees up our action play for next turn. Yeah. I like that plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Reveal 2 with... Oh, good, good, good. This is very nice at this point. Alright, can we break Central Souk with Lord Vessel? I would very much like to. Hmm. Can they go for Quadrator? That seems very unlikely. They are sort of in the driver's seat if they can break Souk. It's an if, though. Yeah, let's see. They can uncover it, go to 14. Yeah, that would get Gravewood Sword. Then we can play Control Freak, brings the power to 7. I guess we can do 4 Kings instead. Then we'd have Pyromancy Flame for 8 from Blacksmith, I guess. Do we need another turn? Do we need one more turn? I think we might. We can still play Control Freak there this turn to deny them draw. Oh, no, we would play 4 kings there this turn. That's even better. So that means if they want to go for Central Souk, they've got to pay 4 kings. Which perhaps means we should uncover Lord Vessel this turn. Yeah. I see the lines here. We uncover Lord Vessel. We box Nito. We raise the breakpoint this time. This goes to hand. We shuffle Greyvoid Sword into our deck. We're going to play 4 kings this turn. That denies them draw. Now, the only real question I see is, do we play Pyromancy Flame with Blacksmith, or do we try and draw an action with Blacksmith? I think it's more likely that the correct answer is we play Pyromancy Flame. Even though it's going on one of the 4s instead of on one of the 2s, I think we just need to play this base by base at this point. And then normal action is Sunlight Warrior, I believe, or Estus Flask. Could be Estus Flask. Yeah. Estus Flask might be better. Estus Flask might be better because that allows us to play a Chosen Undead there, which allows us to either solo Souk or to get the 4th soul now from 4 kings, and then Abyss Walking is really, really good. Yeah. Especially in the late game state we'd be in, being at 13 to 9 points with two pointers, that's like just insanely good. Like they'd have to get chip VP with Colossi for that to work. And for what it's worth, there are 5-point bases in here. There are ways that they could still win, but I think it's a really good lock. And obviously this gets us Lord of Cinder for next turn. Yeah, it's not as much power as Sunlight Warrior, but I think it's still the best thing to play. Because we can still win. Yeah, we can still win Central Souk, even if we destroy 4 kings. Oh, now you show up. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll see what happens. Oh, they actually don't play them, or draw them, they reveal them because of Central Souk. Speaking of which, they don't draw. These just go back to top. It should be in this order. So they're still breaking Quadrator this turn, right? Can they break anything after that, though? They would go for, I guess, Nightmare Avenue? That's dangerous if they can, if we don't win that way, which we don't, and if they can break Central Souk, then they would win. If they can do that? Can we break Central Souk? Even with the breakpoint increase there? Probably not. Wayfarer's only worth 7. And this is the last Shadow Servant. So we could add 9 with Shadow Servant to Central Souk, but we don't have grip strength. Don't have any siblings. We could just do attack on Colossus. Force them to pivot. Yeah, I think attacking Colossus might be the play. Yeah, I think it is. So what do they do with Shadow Servant? Just play Hornet? It's not the worst thing ever. I mean, we could also just like go for Sook with all of this stuff, I suppose. That is true. That would add 8 for 16. We need 6 more. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. That takes control of the game again. Yeah, okay. Yes. How do we want to do this actually? There is a question. It's, yeah, it's just played. See, we don't even have to pay 4 kings. Don't have to pay 4 kings. Can we... Oh, can we just double score Nightmare Avenue? That'd be nice. Uh, the way we would double score Nightmare Avenue is... with Ancient Sword. Yeah, we would use Ancient Sword. We'd play Hornet or something instead of Wayfarer and Central Souk. Wayfarer is still only 3 anyway? Yeah. So that'd be 9 out of 18. But we would have 2 minions there. So it's 11 out of 18, and we have the 2 minions there we need to win. Well, I guess that's true no matter what we do. Curse notwithstanding, I suppose. Yeah, Estus Flask. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I think, yeah, I think before we move them over, we're gonna play Ancient Sword. Reduce the breakpoint here by 2, and then move over. Then we can just play Hornet. Yeah, it does have to be Hornet, which is fine. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Central Souk scores. Nothing they can do, nothing these guys can do. Right? Yeah, no. Curse doesn't do anything. Yeah. So that's 1 here, 4 here. Shadow Servant. Pulls Shadow Servant. And this time I think we actually do want to play Rosa. Or Elegy. Yeah, let's do Elegy. That's more secure, I think. Yep, and then second Shadow Servant will pull, I guess just Wayfarer, right? Sure. Yeah, let's just pull Wayfarer. Bring the big guns out. Well, okay, the disadvantage to that is if they can get rid of one of our minions. How would they do that, though? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. It's more secure against cursed. Yeah, okay. These go here. This all goes here. And Dark Weirdos are sad again. Winter's Redoubt, huh? Hmm. Okay. And again, these just go back to top of deck. I think these guys need to operate under the assumption that they're getting one more turn. Yeah, they do. What are they doing? Something they might be able to pull off is Lord of Cinder, potentially. Which would require playing Lord Vessel this turn. I guess we can do Blacksmith anyway. Hmm. Can we can we actually break Nightmare Avenue? No, right? Yeah, no. We need 7 power there. We can only add 4 in, well, 5 in the immediate. Okay, so let's do Blacksmith, try and draw an action. Oh, right. We know what our top card is. Never mind. So I guess what we'll do is we'll play Control Freak. We'll play Pyromancy Flame on it. Or we can play Quadrator. Hmm. Man, they are really wishing they had Easily right now. They haven't drawn any of the cards they shuffled in with Lord Vessel. Either, I suppose, of the cards they shuffled in with Lord Vessel. Uh, I don't think they can rely on Nightmare Avenue for scoring. Yeah, and we need to operate under the assumption that we're getting one more turn. Hmm. So yeah, let's just do Control Freak. Yeah, we're not gonna get to Axe Lord of Cinder. I think we're just using Lord of Cinder as a card that we're actually using if we get to play it. If we get to play it at all. But this is definitely sort of the last stand. Do we put this on? Oh, maybe we put it on Elegy. Yeah, let's put it on Elegy. Then Blacksmith plays Pyromancy Flame on it. Yeah, and then we'll bury Lord Vessel. It's the best we can do, I think. Yeah, it really does seem like it. We just gotta hope we get one more turn. Okay, do they get one more turn? They actually might. Mm, yeah, they actually do get one more turn. But they're gonna attack in Colossus. They're gonna... No, why would they attack in Colossus? They're just gonna add more power. I guess what they can do is sibling, then Dream No More, then Broken Vessel, get rid of the Blacksmith. Keep the power the same as well. Keep it at 14. I'm not opposed to that at all. We just need the base to score with us getting 3 VP currently. Things become slightly dicier if they can score elegy, which it looks like they might actually be able to. Hmm, this does complicate things a little bit, especially if Lord of Cinder does come out. This is just strange. A strange, strange situation. Maybe one of Bistreak instead. Put the sibling on Nightmare Avenue and play Bistreak or Howling Wraiths on Wayfarer. Um, Man, I don't know. This is a tough turn. I think it's okay to do this. But the thing about that is that makes it more likely that Lord of Cinder negates the VP. And that would actually be kind of good for them. Because it resets the board. And they've got Lord of Cinder. Man, I don't know. Okay, we're going to do this instead. Even though I don't necessarily know that we can score the base next turn like this, I think it's at least likely that we can. Oh, we can score the base if the power doesn't change at all. Okay, I think we can manage this. Okay. Yeah, we want to keep the sibling there for sure. Hmm. If we do this on our turn, that gets rid of the sibling automatically. Hmm. That costs our minion play, but our minions are all small anyway. No smaller than we would get with Lord of Cinder. We can score Elegy automatically with Pyromancy Flame. That's a minion here. Yeah. This is so interesting. I don't think they can pull it out. I think they need something else. Hmm. Hmm. Something worth noting is Chosen Undead can't take any of these out. So we need to get Grave Lord Sword in our hand. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. We can at least uncover Lord Vessel, raise the breakpoint, stall for time. I think we do need to stall for time. Things might. Hmm. Yeah, I think one way or another, playing Lord of Cinder here. Definitely still wish we had that blacksmith, or wish we still had it. Or wish we still had that blacksmith. Yes, there we go. What are we doing? We're burying something with elegy, certainly. But what? And where? How many chosen undeads do we have in our deck? 1, 4. We have 3. We have 3 chosen undeads in our deck, and we have 1 introvert in our deck. I'm pretty sure that's it as far as power 2s go. Should have seen the other voodoo doll a little while ago. Yes. So we've got 3 chosen undeads and an introvert in our deck. Okay, one right now, I think we're doing this. And I think we're doing this. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna grab 4 King's Sword might actually be the play here. If it looks like they're gonna need a solo, Weirdos have a card very similar to this, but having another copy of it makes it, that much more likely that we're gonna draw it. So normally, even though I'd take Abyss Walking, I think 4 King's Sword might be the play. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, 4 King's Sword. Yeah. Okay. We've boxed 4 minions of power 4 or more, so we can play the Lord of Cinder. I think we play it on Nightmare Avenue. We can. Ooh, the way we could do this, I kind of like this. We could play whatever we get on another base with Lord of Cinder, and then we can use Bonfire to move it over once the breakpoint protection wears off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let's do Lord of Cinder's talent. So we've used our minion play, but we're going to use Lord of Cinder's talent. That's not power 2 or less. That's power 2 less. That is what we wanted to see. Okay. And then I think we play Bonfire as our action. Then once Elegy scores, we're going to bury probably Sunlight Warrior and just a minion or something. I don't know. I guess we could do off count, but I don't really see the need for that. Yeah, definitely Sunlight Warrior though. Maybe just a minion. Yeah. Okay. Elegy scores. No specials, I think. Yeah, we want to. Yeah, we don't want to like play off count on elegy or anything. That's just not worth it. The movement here is so much better. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we get 1 VP. We can bury 2 cards. Bury that one. And bury that one. This goes to the discard pile. Breakpoints go down. This goes away. Wayfair gets another power. So the net stall is only by 2, but that's still good. It's better than nothing. They're hanging on by a thread. Let's be real. But it is still something nonetheless. All right, then we'll draw 2. Oh, finally. And then, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Is this movement to or from? To or from? Huh. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, marks. Lord Ascender. It's still the case so that if they can, win the base, then they win the game. But I don't think they do. I don't think they quite win the game yet because of that stupid Lord Vessel stall. So what are they doing this turn? Wow, what a slugfest of a game. I have a feeling we should put something in Winter's Redoubt and or put, well, either a minion or attack on Colossus. One of those two. Do we just keep piling minions on Nightmare Avenue? In the hopes that that gets scored eventually? Hmm. We don't know what this is. We do know that Bonfire can move stuff to and from Winters. Yeah. Oh, this should be down by 4. I think the best course of action is attack on Colossus on Winters, because we just don't know what these 2 cards are. So this is just never scoring. And then what are we doing? Well, hold on. Let's do Guiding Light first, because that can play an action. We could potentially use that for more chip VP. Oh, it's just Rosa. It's just Rosa. I can move the Chosen Undead. We do know what that is. We do know what that is. Yeah. I'm not sure that that's actually something we want to do. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're back to attacking Colossus here, for sure. What are we doing with our minion play? think we want to just keep piling on here. And we'll return the sibling, get rid of the mark, and just have a minion in hand next turn. And we don't want to move anybody. Yeah, they just don't have the power. Even if they play King Soul and a sibling first, that's one power short, which is insane. These guys are literally hanging on by the barest of threads. Yeah, they really are. Okay, that's it. Oh, for what it's worth, this breakpoint reduction is going to go away. This breakpoint increase is going to go away, so the base will score. So they'll have to do something about that. Oh gosh, Cursed Fate. Oh, what a top deck. Oh man. Aw. I kind of feel bad. Okay, marks go on. Reduction goes away. Let's see. What is half of the breakpoint here? The breakpoint is 17, so we need 8 power there. If we want to negate all the VP, which we might want to, then we want to... What do we want? We can also just try and win Nightmare Avenue. That seems dubious. Hmm. What are we gonna do? What can Old Soul do? Let's see, the only remaining Dark Souls 4 we haven't used is Seath, so that's not gonna matter. Control Freak. Yeah, we can do that. We can use Control Freak. That could be a pretty big swing, probably. Cursed Fate. They don't. They would not suspect that these guys have Cursed Fate, but it's worth noting that Cursed Fate would um, help enable Lord of Cinder to negate VP, which they really, really don't want. So if these guys can find a way to make the power there 8 or less, then the game continues. That seems hard. That seems quite hard. We get some of that for free. We need to reduce the power there by 10, though. We get we get 2 of that for free, with Lord of Cinder destroying the Shadow Serpent. We want to raise the breakpoint. We could use Lord Vessel to raise the breakpoint with... that's only a net increase of 1, though. And that requires 2 action plays, so we can't do that anyway. Yeah. The other, no, it's not actually an option. I was going to say the other option is, is that actually another option? No, that's not another option either. They need to confront things on Nightmare Avenue. If they could get a Contrarian in to flip Chosen Undead, that would help a lot, but they don't. So I think they just need to show down on Nightmare Avenue. Can they get rid of Wayfair, the biggest minion there? Hmm. If okay, this is going away. Let's assume Cursed somehow can get rid of Wayfair. That's 9 power that they need. Sunlight Warrior for Chosen Undead. Move it over with Bonfire. That's 5. Old Soul. Old Soul plays Control Freak, which is how we're getting Wayfair off the board in the first place. Hmm. If they want to actually win the game this way, they need to destroy one of their minions with Nightmare Avenue as well. We can sequence Lord of Cinder to be before Nightmare Avenue, so they can't like sack the Shadow Servant first. Hmm. And we also have to consider that if these guys want to win the game outright off of this, which I think they would want to, considering the state of the board, they need to sack one of their minions. So let's assume Mossy Vessel also has to be off the board. Now let's see, the difference in power here is actually not too substantial. We can get 3 minions there by my count. Move over Lord of Cinder, normal minion play. So actually, we can only get Broken Vessel off the board with Cursed. So that, hmm. Let's consider some of the options. Let's consider some of the possible scenarios here. If we don't try at all, they don't sack a minion, they just win at 15. That's not good. So we need to force something here. If we try and force a win on Nightmare, if we try and force, even if, no, a 3-3 win doesn't suffice. It needs to be a 4-3 win. Hmm. It could be a 3-3 win. It could be 3-3 if we can somehow also break Quadrator. That's theoretically possible. It can be a 3-3 win, but we need to actually win the base after winning Quadrator. That seems really, really difficult. The other option is we double score Quadrator Fiesta, and then that gets us enough. That gets us 5 EP for 16. Oh, but no, no, no. They can at least prevent the game from ending. Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. Wow. I have no clue what to do. Things that seem very, very hard are using Lord of Cinder to negate VP and double scoring these two to continue the game. I think if it weren't for Attack on Colossus, we could at least score Winter's Redoubt, and that would still force the issue on Nightmare. Nightmare Avenue isn't breaking yet. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, but the Shadow Servant is actually there. Hmm. The Shadow Servant is actually there, so we need some way to raise the breakpoint or to lower the power there, or else it is going to score. Yes, that is true. Hmm. If we solo Fiesta, if we solo Fiesta with Old Soul there, we can play a minion from our discard pile on Nightmare Avenue and just let that score normally. And we'll be up by 3 points at that point. Oh, okay. I think that's the way to do this. How do we do that? How do we do that? Yeah, that is tough, isn't it? We can bonfire the chosen undead over. That's, well, 5 with Sunlight Warrior. And Old Soul's 9. Then what? Lord of Cinder is 11. Could they could they have scored Winters like this? Like they uncover the introvert. They use easily to uncover Sunlight Warrior. That would be what? 6. Well, it would be 2, 4, 6 from Lord of Cinder, 10, 13, 16. Okay, so they'd still be a little short. Huh. I don't know. 5, 9. 5, 9. 5, 9. Then what? Well, 11 from Lord of Cinder. Yeah, no. I mean, they can pretty easily score Quadrator that way. Just do 5. 5 here. 7, 8, 9. And then man, if they had 2 action plays, they could use Sunlight Warrior to kill the Shadow Servant, and that would stall. Or I guess they would rather kill Mossy Vessel. If they could do that, they could also uncover Lord Vessel with easily. I mean, actually, that doesn't actually do anything. We already went over this. Wow! I don't know. I do not know. What are we supposed to do? Now I'm just coming back to we need to do a showdown on Nightmare. To even keep the game going, we need to win with 4 points. Well, okay. We can't score Fiesta solo. If we could score Fiesta, then we would win. But we can't. So, what do we do instead? We have to show down on Nightmare Avenue. It's the only thing I can see that's gonna work. Like the ideas with getting Quadrator and then going to Nightmare Avenue are cute, but they don't work because we still have to actually win Nightmare Avenue after that. Okay, let's say we're lucky and we hit the introvert off of Lord of Cinder, so we can score Quadrator and still move it away, so we can stack it for free. Well, actually we wouldn't need that. We can just play Old Soul. We would just be able to play Old Soul on Quadrator, so that's actually not an issue. That's not an issue. What would we do with our action play in that case? I guess just off count. I'm not really sure that does much of anything. It's better than nothing, though. So once we do that, we're hitting a 2 off of Lord of Cinder. This gets destroyed. Once we do that, the score is 12-12. And whoever gets more VP from Nightmare Avenue wins. Which means we need to come up with a way to get to surpass their 16. Without this chosen undead there. If we can't even come up with a way to surpass their 16 power, then there's no point in trying a double score. There's no point in trying to double score at that point. We would have whatever Old Soul plays. Let's say is Control Freak. I think Control Freak is by far the best. Just reviewing the options again. Yeah. The control freak is by far the best one in this scenario. That's 4 power. We've got a 2 from Lord of Center. That's 6. Control freak would be worth 2, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, it'd be worth 2. So that's 6 to 14. And the only minion we could curse at that point is Mossy Vessel. And not even. And we would have to depower him as well. Yeah, no, that's just not gonna work. So we're down to just a pure showdown on Nightmare. We need to get more VP than that. Strictly more. Which means if they just sack a minion, they win. Yeah. As long if they sack a minion, we need to sack a minion, or else we lose and we need to go first. Okay. It feels like the best they can do is just throw everything there and see what sticks in that case. Yeah, it really does feel like that. Would it be better to uncover the introvert than Sunlight Warrior? It loses 1 power, but it gains 1 minion for cursed. Hmm. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4 minions there. So we could get rid of Broken Vessel. We couldn't get rid of Wayfarer. Okay, okay. I think they'll be okay with a showdown on Nightmare if they do this. Bonfire returns to hand, moves the Chosen Undead. Lord of Cinder plays a minion power tool at the top of the deck. Okay, yeah, Chosen Undead. We play Old Soul. And yeah, we're going to play off count. Who are we sacrificing? I guess a Chosen Undead. Yeah, we need to sack a minion. We need to sack a minion, but we can reliably get. The way the sequencing is going to work. Get this. The way the sequencing is going to work. Oops. The way the sequencing is going to work is we're going to do that. We're going to do Lord of Cinder first, gets rid of Shadow Servant. Then we do Nightmare Avenue. We sack a Chosen Undead. They're likely to sack this. That doesn't actually work, does it? Because Control Freak's only worth. Is this mandatory? No, it's optional. That's a 6. And we have 3 minions there, we can only depower it by 2. There aren't enough minions with power different from their printed power. Yeah, because Chosen Undead came out from Lord of Cinder. Old Soul was our normal minion. Control Freak is undeniably... Man, I wonder if they could theoretically win if they'd drawn Abyss Walking. What specials could they draw off of... Why is... Okay. What specials can they play? Nothing they can play. Theoretically, Forking Sword could have been Abyss Walking, so they could move an introvert over. They could move an introvert away and then back over with Abyss Walking. His power would still be different from printed. So that would be 3 minions. Yeah, I just don't see a way for them to win. I don't see a way. I don't see a way for them to not lose this turn. Yeah, because if they don't sack, then there's a 2 VP gap. And it's not like we can get Lord of Cinder to negate the VP. Like, we have to get rid of 8 of their power, no, 10 of their power there, without adding any of our own, if we wanted to do that. That just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Yeah. Man. If we'd been able to play the Voodoo Doll kit, I think it would have actually been okay. Yeah, it's only top of your deck. There's no better action for them to play, right? Or other cards here cannot be destroyed by other players' cards. That doesn't help. No. That doesn't help. I mean, okay. The other option was, of course, to uncover Sunlight Warrior instead, which is another minion for, who's it called? Control Freak, but it's 1 fewer minion. It's like, this would still be Birdie. And it's not like we can do both. Right? Yeah, no. We could theoretically have played easily instead of, was off count to, I don't know, lower the breakpoint even more. But okay. Ignoring the fact that technically we gained information, what we could have done instead is we could have uncovered Sunlight Warrior to give one of these guys 3 power counters. And then we could play easily. Uncover Introvert, place it in the box, place 3 -1s on it, on the base. That is technically a thing that we can do. And it is unfortunate that we sequenced this in the way that we did with the buried cards. If this had been the other way around, we could do both, but oh well. Now, this is like this. And we can't get to, the control freak doesn't do enough, is the thing. They can only bring the delta down to 1 power. Yeah. That's sad. I don't see a way for them to win. I really don't. I don't even see a way for them to reduce the amount of power on Nightmare Avenue. So let's just say that this went back to top of deck. This is buried. This is in hand. This is in hand. This is here. This is buried here. And we had bonfire there. So I really just don't see a way for this to work. No, this is obviously backed up to here. Is it printed power? No, normal power. I just don't see a thing for them to do. I don't see a way for them to stop Nightmare Avenue from scoring. Yeah, if they saw that blacksmith, this would be not trivial, but certainly a lot easier. Actually, it might actually be trivial in that scenario because we play easily for free. Searches their deck for a minion and draws it. Minions are in their deck. Seath. Seath the Scaleless. Oh, but they can't play it. Oh, they can't play it. Ah. Uh, if Seath were in their discard pile instead of their hand, or their deck, excuse me, that would work. Oh my gosh. I yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, these are off, obviously. Yeah, I don't see a way for them to stop Nightmare Avenue from scoring, and I don't see a way for them to score any other bases, except for Quadrator, but it doesn't matter, right? No, no, that doesn't matter. That definitely does not matter. There is nothing they can do. Yes, there is nothing they can do to stop Nightmare Avenue from scoring. Not with anything in their discard pile. If they not even if they had an impatient, they need impatient and a contrarian on the board. This doesn't work. I guess this would actually help with delaying our destruction Nightmare Avenue until after the base scores, which actually would help. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's in our discard pile. And none of this stops Nightmare Avenue from scoring. Does anything in their hand stop it from scoring? Nope. It's only one of your minions. Not that that would have anything to target anyway. Nope. 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 Nothing. It's one of your minions, right? Your other cards. One of your other cards. One of your other cards. Oh. Oh. Okay. I see how they at least stop Nightmare Avenue from scoring this turn. Does that actually stop it from scoring this turn? No, it doesn't. It almost does. Sunlight Warrior can destroy minion power 3 or less, but the problem there is easily. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. We move it with Bonfire. We move it with Bonfire and then uncover it normally. Oh my gosh, that took too long to find. This is insane. Okay, okay, okay. So they've got a way to stop Nightmare Avenue from scoring this turn. What do they do with that? What do they do with that? Well, okay, I think that's the only possible way they have any shot of winning. Is they move with Bonfire, they uncover Sunlight Warrior to destroy Mossy Vessel. Now what? Now what is a very good question. We can't score Quadrator, right? We can play a 2 with Lord Ascender. We can play Old Soul. That's only 3 plus 5 is 8. Yeah. They're just going to score that base. It doesn't matter that the Shadow Servant's going to get destroyed. They're still going to score it. They're still going to score it. Yeah. So they found a way to not lose on their turn, but they're going to lose on their next turn. Yeah. I guess that's slightly better. That is technically slightly better. And technically, we don't know for sure that they can add the 2 power. Okay. But, like, they would need a miracle for that to actually pan out. I guess they gotta play as if they're gonna get a miracle, you know? Okay, well, we'll do Or Ascender. Put this on Fiesta. Play Old Soul on Fiesta. We'll put Easy Leaf Catalyst on the Chosen Undead. Oh, man. This is ridiculous. Alright, well, that's what they got. Let's hope it works for them. Just to be sure, yes. Nightmare Avenue, in fact, does not score. Power here is correct. This is 7, this is 6, this is 2. 7 plus 6, 7 plus 2, 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 6 is 15. Breakpoint is 17 because there are 4 calls up. Yes. Base does not score. They draw their 2. Impatient is a godsend, probably, hopefully. Marks. All right. What are they doing? It's funny. When I said they needed a miracle, I noticed that the only minion they have in their hand is a sibling, which is not worth anything. What can Broken Idol do? Broken Idol raises the breakpoint by 1. So they're gonna. Oh, we have to store something with attacking Colossus or destroy it. Oh, we can just draw an action from our discard pile. Or we can draw 2 cards, or we can. Yeah. Does an action in our discard? No, we don't have any actions in our discard pile. I think it would be irresponsible to keep attack on Colossus out, especially since they seem to be going for Fiesta Mexicana. Okay. I think we do Broken Idol for Talus and see what we draw. Because they're basically any minion that isn't a sibling will win in the game. Tritania doesn't help. Yeah. We're gonna box Talus. Draw 2 cards. Yep, there we go. That's it. Alright. That was anticlimactic. It was almost very climactic, but it was not. Final score is 11 to 15. But, okay, just to be curious, what would have happened if they didn't draw a minion? Or an action that would give power? Because, see, these would get marks. From Lord Ascender. I'm just gonna play this out. Obviously, these guys won and they won the set and all that. So they're moving on to grand finals. And Dark Weirdos are eliminated. But just to see if they could have at least won this game. Let's see. They could have done, Lord Ascender. Okay, they could have done Introvert, Uncover. Then they've got Lord Ascender play at the top. Pretty sure they have one more for that. Yeah, okay. They can do Sunlight Warrior, Uncover it with Easily. That's 3 power counters. Actually, we can put this on the introvert. And put 3 -1s on Fiesta. And they've got. They don't have a minion. That does enough. After all that, they don't. After all that, they don't actually have a minion that can. Oh, that's not necessarily true. Old Soul Impatient again. Old Soul for Impatient again. No. Yeah, that wouldn't quite work. Nothing in their discard pile would add enough power. They would only have 2. They would be too short. Yeah, so they wouldn't have even scored Fiesta for the win. They probably could have won Nightmare Avenue, I guess. Wow, what an end to Dark Weirdos run. I think this was the worst matchup for them by far. I think they would have much rather faced Card Slinger Centurions because this is another snowball deck, but they're quite a bit faster, and the chip VP helped a ton. Like, how did the Colossi go? Let's see. These guys won Chalice. Okay, so the Colossi were even, but the breakpoint reductions helped speed things up quite a bit when Dark Souls were really uncomfortable with that. And even though they were able to keep ahead in VP for the most part, at the end, obviously, they just crumbled around them. Let's just review the VP they did get, just to make sure I counted this correctly. This actually wouldn't change the result. It wouldn't change the way that they approach Nightmare Avenue because yeah, they would need to win Nightmare Avenue while still sacking a minion, and we already discovered they can't do that. Let's just, yeah, make sure that the VP they got is correct. They got 1 here, 4 here, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, yes, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they won 2 of the Colossi. Yeah, they won Lucinia and Elegy. So yeah, their VP was correct at the end of the game. Yes. Yeah, there weren't any mistakes in VP as far as I can tell. That's just clean result. All right. Well, we're down to 1 more match to go. The grand finals is the Astronomers and the Terminators versus the Iconoclasts and the Vessels. I will see you all then.